Educational Midweek, and of course we have Mr. Maxim Blayton. Mr. Blayton is the communication director at the Ministry of Education. Maxim, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Sawa. Thank you, and welcome back to Liberia. You look wonderful this morning. Your face looks greasy.
Oh, Maxim, that's the same Sabo George, man. That's nothing.
You're having enough time to rest, and you.
But no, that's a great. No, it's not about the experience. No, we didn't go there to rest. No, let me correct you. We went there basically to do a tour.
Yeah,
so it was very intense. Yeah, very intensive, intense, and we were able to tour the entire Kigali. But when in fact beyond Kigali, went to the rural parts of that as well. In the province, they call it the province, we call it the county. Yeah? So, but welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
what do we have on the plate of the election of the Education Ministry?
Today we'll be reading our public service announcement and give you some information from the academic calendar, and the minister will call in so that we can have an interview with him.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So please, thank you so much for the coordination and for the level of cooperation and the partnership. This has been very great, and we are very, very proud of you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let's start with the public. This is the Midweek Education at Midweek is aired on ELBC every Wednesday. First and last Wednesday is on from 9 to 10, and the second and third Wednesday is from 8 to 9. We just want to inform the public regarding this. And of course, let's take the announcement first. The Ministry of Education announces the reopening of all schools in the Republic of Liberia. The Ministry really don't know for 2023-2024, which applies to all schools beginning with early child education to grade 12 operating in the Republic of Liberia. An extract from that academic calendar provides as follows. August 1 to 31, 2023, in the Republic of Liberia, registration that 31 days. That is for both public and private schools throughout the length and breadth of the Republic of Liberia. 2. August 30 to September 1, 2023, orientation, 3 days. I repeat, August 30th to September 1, 2023, orientation for all schools in the Republic of Liberia, 3 days.
Okay.
September 4, 2023, classes officially begin throughout the length and breadth of the Republic of Liberia, which is for both public and private schools.
Okay.
And this time we are calling on all school administrators to please be in full compliance. You can't tell the students you want them to be in school 8 o'clock and they come 10 o'clock. You would indeed punish them. So if you go against this one, you know that it will not be in favor of the Ministry of Education. We are in charge. We are equipped with the authority, the jurisdiction to administer or to supervise the entire school system of the Republic of Liberia. And we know there are sound and sober-minded, professional and decent, responsible school administrators that will be in full compliance. Okay, the next one is Friday, October 6th, 2023. I want people to take the pen and papers. Friday, October 6th, 2023. There will be suspension of classes for 2023 national elections, which means on October 6th, we'll be taking break. Those who are in school and have their maybe they went to Lofa, Nima, and other places to do their registration, we'll allow them to go to the places on October 6th, which will be on Friday. Then on Tuesday, October 10, we expect all of us to go and do our voting. That will be the National Election Day in the Republic of Liberia. Then after that Tuesday, we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We return. Then Monday, October 16, we give you almost 5 days after elections so that you can adjust yourself, so that you can tell your family goodbye, so that you can look for transportation and come back. On Monday, there will be resumption of classes. That will be first marking period continues. So no one should say, oh, the time was too short. No, this is why ahead of time. All of us at the Ministry of Education, this announcement is sanctioned by the senior management team under the direct supervision of Professor Dian Susode and the education stakeholders in the Republic of Liberia. So after the election on the 10th, you return on the 15th, which will be on Sunday. Monday morning, our teachers and students go back to their classes to continue the first marking period. Now, this one, the ministry further instructs that all fees, registration to graduation should be published in the school bulletin or information sheet for the school year. Fees not mentioned in the bulletin or information sheet from the beginning of the school year cannot be imposed subsequently. So when you know that you got children in school, sometimes the people say activities fee, gallery fee, party, this, that. No. What is not mentioned in your academic information sheet should not be imposed on parents subsequently.
From the beginning of the school year.
From the beginning of the school year, we go for the information sheet. Every information should be stipulated in that information sheet. Anything that is not in that information sheet, parents, please keep it. Okay. The minister according so that we can get in adequate. Finally, so you can't charge parents for fees that is not stipulated in your information sheet. We want all of us to take note and govern ourselves accordingly to have a professional and wonderful school year. Okay. Let's now take the minister so that we can have a conversation with you. The minister is on the line.
Okay, Minister Dian Susone.
Yeah.
Mr. Minister, welcome to the program.
Good morning, Sopo. I'm happy that you are on this morning yourself. What's going on?
Well, we were told that, we are to call you basically so that you can, give us more information about what will be happening in the school system regarding the opening and some other information. But first, I want to ask the Mr. Minister, where are we now relative to the opening of schools?
Okay. First of all, let me with the entire citizenry, all of those listening to us this morning. This is Professor Soni, the Minister of Education, the high-ranking officer in education sector, beside the President and the Presidency. And I want to just extend special greetings to His Excellency and extend all of our best wishes as it goes from district to district. I understand today is District 1 that covers up to Todi and Curtisburg and all the way up to Morris Farm. I don't know exactly what that schedule will look like. I'm in District 17, even though I'm my where I live in District 17. That's where I've spent all my lifetime beside the time I was out in Maggie. So basically, we look forward to him visiting us here as well. But today, I understand it's all the way District number 1, the beginning of all districts of the 17th district in Osirao. So, Mr. President, congratulations for all of what you've done so far. And I want to thank all of those who have been with him every step of the way. I also listened to to our spokesperson yesterday and every other day when he spoke. I believe he's putting the facts and putting things together as it's supposed to be said. And I believe the population is listening. This president is not running campaign on promises. But basically, we are the government. And because we are the government, we have already had mandate 1. So we should now be working on the basis of our record.
Professor Ansel Soning, I know we'll talk about a bit of politics, but the first question I posed to you was that where are we now with the reopening of the schools?
But that's by the record. We're opening school. I said it before, and I continue to say again. We have a circular going around all of the radio stations in Monrovia, as many of them as possible. Mr. Britton can show you of that. And we are emphasizing that classes should begin on September 4th. And there's a reason why we emphasize that. Because in the month of October, the likelihood of us losing maybe 7 to 10 days is significantly high. Having anticipated that, we have thought that it is wise to start school September 4 and October 6 will be closing on that Friday after school. We'll be closing that Friday, and everyone will have Saturday and Sunday and Monday to move to the various locations where they might have registered so they can vote.
So, Mr. Minister, this is the concern now. To avoid or to prevent you, the education authorities and the parents from students as well from experiencing or going through the interruption that you have to open school and then on the 4th again you close for elections out of that. Why can't you open after the elections?
Because you will not have 200 days of school. You will not. And it is very important to us to have 200 days of school. Mind you, there are over 1.5 million folks in school. And if you decide that because of the few days that we will lose in October, so we defer the opening of school to November, of course, what we in fact saying is that we will close school July next year. And when we close school July next year, you will only be having about 160 days or 170 days of school. So the kids will not have completed the curriculum. Already, we know that some teachers and some do not complete the curriculum. If we give them sufficient reason not to be in school, they have every good reason not to complete the curriculum. And that is not fair to the population that we are preparing for tomorrow. It just makes all the sense that the country is stable, the country is peaceful, and the indication of deferring these kind of activities suggests that there is a likelihood of strike. And I don't anticipate that. I don't see that. It's not coming, and therefore we are in normal operational time. So we just be prudent.
Now, so what do you think will be the basis for strike? Because the reason why you're trying to push the reopening date is because you don't want for students and school administrators to go through that interruption of 4 days that will have to sit again, wait until after election before they continue.
Let me ask you a question. When you close school for Easter, when you close school for various 1 or 2 weeks, when you close school to go have, do those ones have anything to do? What makes those ones different from the time of closing school for 4 days, for 4 school days? Because
the possibility is that, Mr. Minister, the momentum, especially, may likely be reduced. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you.
The parents and the school system are going along. I don't want you to preach new sermon. Once you begin to preach new sermon, you give different indication to the population that it can wait until November. I don't want to hear that one, because basically you will never cover the curriculum. There's no way you cover the curriculum when you wait until almost November to start school. It doesn't make any sense. We have lost sufficient time before. We don't want to do it again. Now, if we begin to start suggesting that it can be done, then all we are saying is some people say, "Oh yeah, well, someone said it can be done." So let's see.
Okay, so let's move forward, Mr. Minister. Let's move forward. Now, you are saying that schools should open, at the appropriate time that you've inserted in your circular. How sure are we that schools are going to open, especially on this date, which is October 4th? September 4th.
No. There is no certainty when it comes to human being. Let me just tell you that first of all. Even if we open school December, there are other people that open January.
So are you giving allowance for people to circumvent what you have said or inserted?
No, because you're suggesting that.
No, I'm not suggesting. I'm gonna ask you, Mr. Minister. I did ask. I said, how sure are you, Mr. Minister? Mr. Minister, I did ask you that. How sure are you that schools authorities will live up to the September 4th? That's the question I ask.
No, Sober,
Mm-hmm.
the microphone you said, as many people listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
If the suggestion comes from you that we should not open school because that's why the conversation is.
No, Mr. Minister, we move forward already. I'm asking a question now. I said you indicated, Mr. Minister, Mr. Minister, Mr. Minister, Mr. Minister.
You're not asking questions.
Okay, go ahead.
You are not asking questions, Sober. You are suggesting why don't I wait until after?
No, we passed that already. The second question I asked is that, Mr. Minister, you are saying that you have circular around, and it has been inserted in a circular that schools should reopen on September 4. So how sure are we, Mr. Minister? What are you going to do to ensure that it happens?
Fine. What I'm supposed to do is what you are doing now. Encourage the parents, inform the parents continually without stopping. We have to have a common voice, and I have a principal interest. And look, when you have a normal flow of activity, and for some reason you are skeptical that people will not do what you're saying they will do, then you change your rules. And the changing of the rules in this particular case take away 2 months from school. We can't do that, Summer. We can't do that. So now when we open school, I have DEOs, I have CEOs. This is the next part. We are also encouraging all schools, private school in particular, to make sure that there is an arrangement for payment of fees. Now, I know most people normally come with pay 50%, pay 60%, all of that. But because of the time frame and the activities that are taking place, I'm also requesting academic institutions or schools to create a little bit of flexibility, because this year is a special year and it's for the whole country. So if I was supposed to pay $50 at the beginning of school, and I have $25 or $30, I think the school should accept that, allow you to come to school, and the other $20 you pay before that marking period is over. So I think that kind of flexibility is to help both the parents and the school system and the students and the government, so that the students are not out of school because they're not able to pay all their fees up front. That's why we suggested that from August 1 to August 31, all parents should begin to go to the schools and make arrangements. Don't wait until school open, then you go and start asking, please help me with this. You go to the school at the beginning of August 1 to the end of August, make all your negotiations, make all your stipulations, and let the school approve it. And what you can pay, you pay that at that point, and then your kids are in school.
Now, Mr. Minister, this is a very good idea. Calling on the schools or appealing to them to ensure that there's some flexibility, in dealing with the parents. But that you maybe call a mass meeting of school authorities, or that you communicate this to them?
The largest audience I can ever get is the one I'm sitting on now talking to you. There's no greater audience than that. If I call the school authorities, they're not going to come from Sando, Benjile, Kipamas, all the places that come to Morovia. No. So when I use the medium like this, and we appeal to them on that medium, I believe all citizens who are citizens indeed and got interest in the population will make sure that they listen to me, and if any of them have any issue, they will call me. They will call me and say, Prof, this is not possible. Can we do this? Something like that. But since we started this conversation, I have not gotten any call. The suggestion is that it is flowing. And I want to continue to push this line, so the children are in school. Listen, even when the kids are out of school, even the parents have challenges, because they got to now find somebody to take their kids at home, and they also go to work. So for us, the best thing is to have the children assembled in the various school campuses. This is why I believe we sat down and calculated this. we argue this among ourselves, and in the interest of teaching and learning, knowing how difficult it is to learn by big chunks, we want to make sure the lessons are delivered in piecemeal on the schedule that is supposed to be done so the kids can learn. The 4 days that we lose in October, no, not 4 days, but 5 days that we lose in October, those 5 days have been calculated in the 200 days of school.
Now, Mr. Minister, okay,
yeah,
that's good. Now, Mr. Minister, it has become a tradition. I'm sure you agree with me on this one. That some schools, school authorities or administrations, will every year increase their tuition or increase, whatever it is, the fees that the students are supposed to be paying. What message do you, have for them? How to desist and not to, increase or maybe to increase, maybe slightly?
I don't think in this year any school want to do that, because basically we have repeatedly made this request. Those who have increased tuition before, they are not going to increase tuition this year. And last year, many people increased tuitions. I don't believe that's going to be happening this year. So basically, this is why I want to repeat these messages on the radio, so that we're not running the school for profit.
Mm-hmm.
We're running the school to be able to make sure that we deliver education. Yes, those that own the school may get something out of it, but basically it's not for the purpose of profiteering. Therefore, once you cover your costs, there is no reason every year you're changing fees as if the rate are changing. So that's that again.
So are you going to monitor? Are you going to monitor them so that this doesn't happen?
Yes, we monitor them. Even Mr. Britton in office, we make sure that he is also complementing the work of the DEOs. We have a district officer in every district in this country. There are 124 school districts, and there is a district officer in every school district. I have all of the county education officers, especially Monrovia and Monserrato, where most of these violations take place. We have bought motorbike for every DEO, and the two CEOs. They have cars, they have mobility. There's no reason why they can't do regular monitoring. And it will not be everyone who is violating. So they will just, and every DEO office have at least a 4 or 5 person. So those 4 or 5 persons are inspectors. So every DEO, under the sound of my voice, and I don't threaten people jobs, but if you really hold your job with interest, please make sure that your supervisors and yourself are out in the field, and even before school open, you should be going from school to school, making sure that people are registering, and engagement of parents and the school to make sure that the school system runs. We're running a difficult system. This is not this is not a party. This is a difficult platform. So when you are dealing with people across the whole country, while you are thinking one, some are thinking 2 and 3, it's a difficult challenge.
Okay.
However, we have managed it up to this point, and want to continue to emphasize that publicly.
Okay, still with you, Mr. Minister. Listening to the program Education at Midweek, and we'll have the Minister of Education on the line. Mr. Minister, something that you inserted in your circular, listening to your communication man this morning, going through the announcement, that you indicate that school authorities should include whatever could be the graduation or other fees in the India information at the beginning of the school year before that is released to the students.
Yes, and this
on what basis?
This is where Sobo, you and I must continue to appeal to parents. I don't like any parent violating or breaking the rule. This is what the case is. If we say the all fees, so that goes to all schools. So when I, as a parent, go to pick up the information sheet from a school, I will just pick up the sheet and walk away. These are some of the problems that we really have. And I want to appeal to parents. These children that we that the government is doing everything to educate are your children. And then you expect them to become esteemed. So you got to take extra time and put it behind them. You can't send them to the school to get their own papers. You can't send them to the school to get their own information. You, as a parent, as I'm speaking, you have that responsibility to go to the school and make arrangement for your kid, and then you can leave. I'm asking all schools, up to and including graduation fee. We have already stipulated and agreed with the Principals Association. It cannot exceed $100 for private schools. Yeah. For all private schools. We don't even want to talk about government schools because it's $5,000. It cannot exceed $100. It ranges between 75 and 100. And the reason we allow the 100, there are some schools that may not have many students to cover all of the costs, so they may go up to 100, but nobody shall exceed 100. Now let me also emphasize this: if the students of the school, the school council have a meeting, they want to wear a special jacket, they want to wear special thing with glow on it, they want to wear special medals. Those are not graduation fee costs. Those are not. And I don't want any school getting involved in collecting money from students for that purpose. The graduation fee includes the transcript, the letter of recommendation, the students, the souvenir program, the rental of hall, and all the things that go with graduation. We calculated it and we came to $75 US. So we believe that is adequate. That is why we stipulated it in the handbook. We are asking the school to also include that. As much as we have placed it in the handbook, we are also asking the school to include that in the souvenir, in the bulletin. So when the parent pick up, they will see registration, they will see whatever other fees are, they will see the tuition, the stipulation, and including graduation. Graduation is the only one that is not paid by stipulation. Graduation is not part of the stipulated fee you pay. That one is a one-time payment when it is now determined that you have completed the course of study and you are about to graduate. Then we charge you graduation fee. But you don't pay graduation fee first semester, second semester, and all of that. And then later on, you don't graduate, you don't get the money back. So that is not one of the monies that is included.
Mr. Minister, it's laudable. You are making some, taking some new measures that you are taking, which are all laudable. But the enforcement of those measures is the major concern on the lips of our people.
No, so what I know is some of the schools have been doing. The schools have been going beyond the graduation fee and collecting money because students want to have project and leave it for the school. That is not graduation fee. That is not graduation fee. The graduation fee is totally different. If a class decides that they want to make a big bowl and leave it for the school, that's not graduation fee. The students' council should meet and arrange to inform their parents. Do a circular from there, signed by the student council and the secretary. If the principal want to endorse it, fine, and send it to the parents that this class want to leave this project in the school as they leave. Therefore, they are requesting parents to support them. That is not graduation.
So are you, Mr. Minister, are you encouraging parents that if they want to pick up the bulletin from the schools and they look into it and they didn't see graduation fees inserted, they should reject it?
No. I don't want any rejection. What I like for us to do is engagement. You go to the school, you pick up the information sheet, and if all the fees are not there, there will be somebody who get you the information sheet. That person that gave me the information sheet, there is a registrar, there is a bursar, there is a principal, there is a vice principal. You as a parent, please just take 15 minutes maximum, 15 minutes of your time to make sure that you get the full information from that particular school. So if it's not on the form, ask, for God's sake.
So if the parents did the engagement which you are suggesting and it turned out to be fruitless, What do? Go to the Ministry of Education?
Nothing. What they do is to just inform us that they want to school number 1, and that school gives them the bulletin, and that bulletin for the year did not include graduation fee. Fine.
Now, so then what action are you going to take against the school?
No. We will not take any action because we have already stipulated. Now, let me just say this.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you fail to put graduation fee on your bulletin, it is construed to mean that the amount that we have stipulated in the academic calendar is the amount that you comply with. Because we already have regulated that. We didn't regulate tuition and fee, but we regulated graduation fee. The graduation fee is in the bulletin and being circulated. So if you did that, and I believe you should just put it in your information sheet. But if you did not put it on the information sheet, the parents' fallback position is that the school bullet, the academic calendar, which comes from the government, indicates that graduation fee cannot exceed $100 for private school and cannot exceed $5,000 for public school, and that is what you will live by. If you don't provide the information, then the one that we have provided will stand. So that's why I'm asking all parents. The parents somehow have to help us, because the parents are the ones that go to the school. They are the ones that live in the community where the school is. They have every right to visit the school. And I'm appealing to when I had children in school, I went to the school. I don't care what kind of work I had, I went to the school. And make sure that what they should be doing, they're doing it, that they are in class, they went on time, and all. You have to show interest in the school. When you show interest in your child, you will show interest in the school, and the school will know that because you are coming to show interest, they will comply, they will behave, they will conduct themselves. But when they know that we, the parents, don't even bother, from the day we send our child to school, the only time we want to know is when they are graduating. That is not how you educate kids. It's the school and the parents that participate in educating the kid.
Okay, Mr. Minister, very shortly we'll open the lines. But let me ask you this question first. We are already in the electoral process, Mr. Minister, and it's possible that some of your teachers or your instructors, may have gone to get something, doing with the National Elections Commission temporarily. What happens to those teachers when I showed up when you open schools?
I hope that's not the case. But if that is the case, the district education officers, especially I'm talking about public school, in the case of public school that are on my payroll, as a public school teacher, as a public school parent, a principal, you know that you cannot lose 14 days consecutively of the payroll. It's construed to mean that you have resigned. Now, the election commission job, they may be paying you well, but it is temporary. It is not equal to the salary you make from the government and have a permanent income throughout the year. So don't risk your job. I'm not threatening you. All I'm saying is, as a free man of liberty, you want to relieve that job, because mind you, there are many volunteers standing by to come on payroll who we have not been able to put on payroll. If you prefer to take the money from the election commission and you want to leave your off job to go there, well, you are man. You got your own rights. But I also have a right to replace you. I don't want that to happen. And the DEOs are being instructed. If the DEOs do not bring that information to our attention, and we find out, this is the first time I'm saying on the radio that the DEO will not remain DEO. I don't like to say that, but that is exactly what will happen. Somebody leave their place, they go on their way, they go to 3 weeks or 1 month to do elections, and the children are sitting in class and nobody is there. Of course, DO supposed to report that, especially Monserrato.
Is it a warning or threat or appeal, or how do you call it?
No, we don't threaten people in education. All we do is to forewarn you. Look, don't do this.
Okay.
But if you were to do this, you are aware of the consequences. So because you are aware of the consequences and you tell about it in the traffic rule. If the police catches you, you got to comply.
Surely.
If the police does not catch you, then that's it. But basically, my police are the DEOs, and every DO has a school supervisor. There is no reason why schools in my school district, when I have mobility, when I also have a CEO who is having a vehicle each in Monserrado, if they should have more access, and if for Monserrado they got access road almost anywhere. It's not like people who got to work almost 2 hours to get to a school. So I'm appealing again. Fine, let me make the appeal. In education, we don't threaten people, but we can forewarn.
Okay.
Teachers, when the children come to school, I'm not asking them to come to school in September for you to go to vote, to register people to go to leave the classroom and go do something else. Now this also extends to the private school. In the case of private school, of course for them, they pay you when you come. So if you are not in the class, the private school know what to do. They will replace you. They're not going to waste time. It is only the government cycle, because your money comes to you directly with a direct deposit system. Sometimes you can get by, you get paid for several months before you get off the payroll. So I'm asking you not to do that.
Okay.
The first thing we'll do, we'll block you. You will not get our money. You will not get the money. And you know, on the payroll, once you are black, even if at 3-4 months you don't get our pay, government don't pay by pay. So I just want to let you know that don't do that. I would appreciate if all of our teachers do the job as it's supposed to do. Because the kids are coming to school to be taught. To be taught. Let me just tell you something. When I heard the result for the 9th grade this year, I was pleased that at least 97% of the students passed at least 2 of the 4 subjects. And half of that number passed 3 subjects. And 25% passed 4 subjects. That tells me that the teachers and the schools are doing something. Are they doing all that they should be doing? Well, I won't say so, but I believe that things are not as they used to be under this leadership, and it is changing. We just need to recognize it and keep encouraging them. In the case of the public school, I want to appeal to you once again. Please keep your job. There are other people who are looking for that job that you are in. Many, and they are many. Thousands of people are volunteering. They want that job. You have it. Please keep it. We can employ you, but we can't help you to keep your job. And I just want to encourage you to do that. Now, when you don't keep it, don't cry. Just you let it go.
Okay.
I just want to say that. And then we can
Now, Mr. Minister, before you go, let me just ask you the question. I'm sure you're quite aware that we're in the electoral season, and on October 10, we'll be going to elections. President Ria is seeking a second 6-year term mandate, which you're quite aware. Now, you've been the Minister of Education. Do you care, just in few minutes, to sum up the President's major achievements in education?
I will just count 3. One and foremost is that the learning process has enhanced, and the kids are performing far better than they did before. That is the essence of school, that the kids are learning. Are they learning to the height that it's supposed to be? No, that's because where we took it from, it was practically ridiculous. That's changing, and it's changing fast. Number 2, the payment of certain fees that relieves parents. Now, mind you, there are many students who are also fending for themselves. Not all students are supported by parents. So one thing like the fees, the fees that students should pay to sit this public examination will determine whether or not they have completed high school. Since 2017, as far as I'm aware, those students and no parent are paid a time of that fee, and it has ranged. This particular year, it went up to almost 4 million, because we got 49,000 students who sat the exam. It was 30-something thousand, it went to 40,000, it went to 43,000, now it went to 49,000 this year. So I just want to tell the president, thank you for keeping that. Number 3, when you go to college, the last time I heard, when I was in school, we didn't have free tuition. the government subsidized us by 50%. So whatever tuition we pay half, government pay half. This time, this president is saying the government will pay all. You are not paying any. And I've been in university for some time. I know now that the population of students going to all public schools has increased substantially.
Okay.
And that suggests that the opportunities for those who might not have gone to school because they cannot afford to fund themselves in school no longer exist. And I want to encourage you to take advantage of that and go to school, folks. You're not going to be who you want to be if you don't go to school, except you become that person by chance. And you don't want to live by chance. You want to live by talent. And let God see the rest.
Okay.
The first thing I want to add quickly is they go together. Up to now, from 2018 until I'm speaking, the government has funded 4,700 students in private universities. So it's not just the waiver of tuition in public schools, but also those that are in private schools and cannot pay their fees. The government has sponsored 4,700 of them as I speak. So all of these are part of the president's record, and I'm only talking on education side. I'm not talking about school buildings. I'm not talking about books that we are bringing. I'm not talking about school board. I'm just talking about the fee aspect of it, which has made a big difference to the students that are in school. For the first time, I'm happy to be part of the president's team.
Professor Ansel Sonny, thank you very much for taking time off your busy schedule.
I appreciate it, sir. Please, the beginning of our conversation was not in the same tune.
No, I told you I had a funny conversation now.
Please go back there and appeal to parents to please let the kids go to school, and there's a reason why we have done that.
Many thanks, Mr. Minister. Many thanks. Okay, so you're listening to the Education at Midweek. We had Professor Ansel Sonny. He's the Minister of Education on the line. Maxi, you got something to read?
Yeah, we have some good information. Minister, thank you so much for that emphasis. That was excellent this morning. You know, that minister is sophisticated. He's compassionate, very hardworking.
I just chose to prove his legs this morning. You
got to take time of this. All right. So let's give you some information that is so important to the public schools. You know, we're in charge of the public school, which people call government school. So we will give you the annual registration. The government school is not collecting tuition.
Okay.
So let me just let people know. So annual school registration fees, tuition is free. Lower basic education from grades 1 to 6. Activity fee is 500 LD. Registration is 250 LD. ID card is 250 LD. Total for the entire year is 1,000 Liberian dollars from first grade to sixth grade in all public schools in the Republic of Liberia. 2. Upper basic education from grades 7 to 9. Upper basic education from grades 7 to 9. Activity fee 1,000 Liberian dollars. Registration fees 500 Liberian dollars. ID card fees is 500 Liberian dollars. Total for the entire year is 2,000 Liberian dollars from 7th grade to 9th grade in all public schools throughout the Republic of Liberia. Number 3, senior secondary school from grades 10 to 12. Activity fee 1,500 Liberian dollars. Registration from 10 to 12 is 1,000 Liberian dollars. ID card fee is 500 Liberian dollars. Total for the entire year from grades 10 to 12 is 3,000 Liberian dollars. Total for the entire year from 10th grade to 12th grade is 3,000 Liberian dollars. Now, let's come to entrance and placement fees. Flat rate. Entrance from 1st grade to 12th grade. Entrance from 1st grade to 12th grade, 500 Liberian dollars. Entrance from 1st grade to 12th grade, 500 Liberian dollars flat. Now, graduation fees for public schools is just 5,000 this year and the coming year for public schools. And we also want to make this clear. Kindergarten graduation, K2 graduation, this is stipulated in the academic calendar. We want parents to be aware of that. It's $3,500 Liberian dollars for K2 graduation in public schools. So we want to just give the information so that people will not be taking advantage of, other things. You already got the information. We want you to please note it down. When you go to any public school and they overcharge you, you let us know. You call 0777-212197. Let's take the minister again. He on the line. Hello, minister. Hello, minister. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Look, I just wanted to make this emphasis when you're talking about the registration fees. The government schools do not pay tuition.
No.
As you know now, even the 1,000 Liberian dollar is either $4 or $6, and that's a whole year.
Yeah.
There are a couple of things that you have to do in the school itself. Now, but even with that, let me talk to the school authorities in public school. You should create every flexibility to allow the kids in school. So if I have 500 Liberian dollar and I cannot pay all at one blow, the school authority has a judgment call. You should allow that kid in school and make it flexible for them so that before the first marking period, second marking period, they are paid at $6 or 1,000 Liberian dollars. I just want to say that we don't want kids out of school because they did not pay the fee. It does not make sense. The purpose for public school is to accommodate those who may not have the access, who may not have parents to help them. Therefore, we in the school should use best judgment to allow them to make these stipulations, especially so they are paying the money directly to the school. From K2 to 6th grade, they are paying the money directly to the school. So the school principal and other people have sufficient judgment to exercise in that case. Thank you for complying with the regulations, and we'll be standing by to help you succeed. Thank you very much, Soba. Thank you, Peter.
All right. The voice of Professor Dianzo Soni. On this note, we want to just encourage all of our school administrators throughout the length and breadth of the Republic of Liberia to be in full compliance so that we can have a wonderful school year. We want to say thank you, Soba, for the coordination.
Yes.
We want to say thank you for the partnership, to the management team of LBS for how cooperative you've been to this Ministry of Education. We appreciate you. May God continue to endow you with wisdom and understand you. May you live to eat the fruit of your labor. Goodbye, good luck. My name is J. Maxim.